What's up, family? Hey, yesterday I made a video and I tried to upload a video, character versus character. It literally took almost 24 hours for that video to upload to YouTube. For whatever reason, for that I apologize. Today I want to piggyback off of that video. Today's video is going to be footprints in the sand. Footprints in the sand. Buckle up. Here we go. There was a poem that I read as a kid that I was fond of. I really don't know why I really liked it, but I was really fond of this poem, Footprints in the Sand. And it talks about a story where, and I don't know who wrote it. Nobody really knows who wrote it. Is being litigated right now, and it's really contentious as far as who wrote it. People are claiming that they wrote this poem in 63, 64. Somebody saying they wrote it in 1936. So, man, we don't know who wrote this poem. So, anyways, Footprints in the Sand. It talks about somebody having a dream, and they were walking on a beach, and there were two sets of footprints. And later on in their life, they realized things shifted to where later on in their life, there's only one set of footprints. And this person was talking to God and is asking God, well, man, you said you'd never leave me. How come when I look back at my life, I see that during the hardest times, you weren't there? You know, it's just one set of footprints. And God responds, you know, that was basically me carrying you. And for some, as a kid, I liked that poem. I don't know why. I love the beach. Yesterday it snowed a lot up here. A lot. And when I came home yesterday evening, and I got out my truck to open up the gate, I saw a bunch of animal prints, footprints in the snow. Sure is what I'm talking about this. And so, well, I'm sitting there looking at the footprints and I'm trying to decipher, okay, what type of animal it is, you know. How big was it? And so, and it dawned on me, this poem, Footprints in the Sand. The person that I am now, having gone through all the things that I've gone through now, this poem bothers me. Something about this poem that really intrigues me. It bothers me. I don't find it fascinating anymore. I don't find it a great story anymore. I don't find it a beautiful, uplifting poem that I used to find it as a kid. It troubles me. And maybe it troubles me because I've gone through so much in my life. Talking about footprints in the sand, follow me. And not too long ago, rather recently, I had somebody tell me that they didn't like, we would talk on the phone, FaceTime each other all the time. All the time. Except for when, obviously, when we were working. And even when we were working, we would take time to shoot a quick text to each other, or because we work different schedules, they would FaceTime me sometimes, you know, when they were available, when they could, you know, when their boss wasn't around. Because by that time I was off work, and also so we sit there talk for a little bit. But we were always on the phone, always talking, always laughing, just connecting with each other, you know, just still talking about footprints in the sand. Follow me. And the first time that we talked on the phone, Me and this person stayed on the phone. This young lady were on the phone 7 hours straight. I know that sounds squarish. I know that sounds lame and corny, and it is what it is. You know what I mean? We were on the phone 7 hours straight, just talking, laughing. Just it was as if we were best friends, always best friends. And it's like we just got reconnected and just caught back up with each other, and we was just like whoopty whoop whoop, got the small talk out the way. But then it was just like da 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 da. We was just flowing. Everything was just intricately connected. It was just smooth sailing. Everything was just flowing. There was no dead pauses, no what are we gonna talk about? It was none of that. It was just flowing. And so, and that was the first time that we talked on the phone, 7 hours straight. And from that point on, the connection was just like on point. There was one time that I'm talking about footprints in the stand. Stay with me. There was one time that we were on the phone, and for some reason we were both tired, and neither one of us wanted to get off the phone. Neither one of us wanted to disconnect. Footprints in the stand. Stay with me. Neither one of us wanted to disconnect. Neither one of us wanted to hang up. We were both dog dead tired, but we didn't want to get off the phone. She's dozing off. I'm just laying there just watching her. I'm laying in bed, but I'm wide awake. I get tired. I start dozing off. She wake up. She watching me. Just stalker stuff, you know what I mean? Just I woke up in the morning and she was still on the phone, right? And I was like, okay, cool. I got up, got my stuff together, brushed my teeth, and first thing I do is I study a little bit, came in my meditation room, started meditating. She woke up while I was meditating. We were on the phone for over 13 hours. Over 13 hours. Stay with me. I'm talking about footprints in the stand. Recently, this individual told me that they didn't like being on the phone talking to me. They didn't like make them feeling like they had to be on the phone talking to me. And so many of the times it was reciprocal. It was me calling them or them calling me. And same thing with the text messages. But this person just told me that they didn't like being on the phone. They didn't like talking that much. And they didn't like all this other stuff, right? And it hit me last night as I saw the footprints in the stand. I thought about this poem. Here's the troubling part with this to me. Whoever wrote this poem, Footprints in the Sand, I'm coming back to me and this young lady in a second, tie it all together. Whoever wrote this poem, this story, how could you walk with somebody that long, your entire life, and not recognize, not be mindful, be completely oblivious to the size of your shoe print, your shape of your shoe print, your footprint compared to theirs? How could you be that close, that connected to somebody that long a time and not notice the size and shape of their footprint? How could you be walking with somebody, next to somebody, and not see that? How could you not know that those were not your footprints in the sand? This young lady. How could we spend that much time putting footprints on each other's heart? and then you turn around and say, I didn't like doing that. That wasn't me. I wasn't being real. I wasn't being genuine. I felt like I was being forced. I'm laughing, but again, it ain't funny. So many of us can spend so much time with somebody else and not realize the footprints that they left on our hearts. And that just blows me away. That I'm just like dumbfounded at that. I'm completely dumbfounded at that. How could you be that close, that connected, and not know the difference? Footprints in the sand. Here's the kicker. The great majority of us have lived with ourselves for however long your life, however many years you are, whatever your age is. I'll be 51 in a few weeks. There's an inner boy, an inner child. Every one of us have this. I don't care how old you are. You could be 99 years old. You could be 110. You still have that inner child. Every single one of us have that person within us, our soul, the real us, our spiritual being, whatever you want to call it, that little girl within you, that princess within you, whatever you want to call it. And that being has been with us our entire lives. And if the truth be told, the great majority of us don't know their voice. The great majority of us can't tell you really anything about them. And they've been walking with us every day of our life. They've gone through all the hell and all the good times with us. And we can't tell you anything about them. Footprints in the sand. This person has always tried to put you on the right track, keep you on the right path, tell you positive things, tell you encouraging things, tell you things that was inspirational, tell you things to help you reach your full potential. And if the truth be told, the great majority of us have completely ignored them. We've ignored them. Talking about footprints in the sand. We've treated them as though they didn't exist. We treated them as though they were never there for us. Footprints in the sand. My hope and prayer is that you take the time to get to know you, the real you, the genuine, authentic you. That you take the time to fall in love with who you really are at your core. Happy healing.